Wait, hold on. We're live. Hi, everyone. Welcome to Wrestling Twitch Face. As the timer was counting down.
Boop, boop, boop.
Welcome back. Bah. Well, as the timer was counting down, I am so confused by what just happened. Quinn said, by the way, I still have the bevy from last time. If you listen to this podcast, you'll know that it's been a minute since we recorded. In 3 seconds until we are live recording, Quinn drops the bombshell on me that fucking there is a moldy ass fucking fly infested glass.
No, I can't show. I'm
right
sorry, I
next
can't show
to
you because
him.
YouTube will get mad at us for showing stuff in like the first minute. So you have to wait like 5.
We do have to.
Yeah, you gotta wait like 5 minutes and then I'll show you.
Well, it's in a glass, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not like it.
Is the difference showing the branded like bottles versus?
Yeah,
just, like,
if it's in a cup, the AI can't like look at the cup and be like,
shit,
"That's
right.
a cup of adult beverage versus child beverage."
Would you like?
How
to see
is the
moldy
ice
apple
not
juice?
melted?
It's not because I'm magic.
Oh
Because
my
it's
god!
this moldy apple juice with its ice. I froze it in time.
I mean,
put it
what
in
is
my
adult
freezer.
beverage but moldy fruits and vegetables?
You
I
kinda
don't know
right
how
a little
alcohol works.
No, you're right a little bit. It's like old
right a
fruit.
little bit.
You're right. It's fermentation, right?
I did see a video where a squirrel ate an old fruit on the ground and got drunk. So
yes.
I do know how beer works. And
Yeah,
when you feed that to a rabbit, that's how you get hops. Sorry, that's the dumbest joke. It was the dumbest joke I've ever made in my entire life.
No, I'm sad. This is exactly how our podcast would start back.
Hello. Hi, I'm happy to be back.
We're ecstatic to be back. Hi, welcome in. What I meant was the drink that I had messaged you that I was like, I have a fancy bevy, like last week, that I was like,
Yes.
I'm not going to tell you about this alcohol I have.
Oh, yeah.
That one.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that moldy wine.
That one. The one from not that long ago, but
The
long
one from-
enough ago.
Yeah. It's only slightly moldy.
Only slightly moldy. That's okay, though. What is it now? Now, we're 2.5 minutes into the recording. If YouTube's going to be, like, that crazy about it, then, you know what? We're not making money off this podcast episode yet anyway.
We do it because we love it.
We just do it because we love it.
We do it because we're good guys and we love doing it.
Now, fucking shit, fuck. Talk about that
YouTube's gonna get mad at
alcohol
that one. YouTube's
and
gonna get mad.
illegal drugs. Talk about alcohol and narcotics. Sorry.
Look up exactly what the AI bot catches and only read that script. Just go
Right?
word for word, bullet for bullet.
Don't say the name of the drug. Just read every ingredient of the drug.
Yeah,
I think you'll be fine.
No, but I have apple pie moonshine.
Holy shit. That looks like a jar of piss, and I've never wanted to drink a jar of piss in my entire life until
It
right
does
now.
look like a jar of piss.
I am confused in a fun way.
It's apple pie moonshine. It does
Apple
taste
pie?
like apple pie. I also have, since getting this one, I also went back and got banana pudding moonshine.
Oh, wait, there's a moonshinery nearby you?
No, we have just an alcohol like store that has like a wide selection.
Jesus, just jars of moonshine.
Yeah, I think they had blueberry too. But that seemed less. Blueberry is still delicious. Blueberry is a good flavor.
It seems less exotic than banana pudding and apple pie.
And apple pie, yeah.
Oh my gosh. It's like I had the opposite experience with crazy flavors, not about alcohol, but I went to the dentist recently and they were like, did the final cleaning and they were like, what kind of flavor would you like? Would you like mint, chocolate, cherry, margarita? And I was like, I'm going to stop you right there.
Wait, flavoring for your
Yeah,
teeth?
like the fluoride, like they get like the stuff on the little round brush that go, and they they buff it all, at the end.
Yeah. Chocolate?
Yeah, they got all kinds of fucking flavors apparently, but I was like, no. I literally told her like, stop. You had me with mint. I'm sorry.
Stop that.
I came to the dentist. I did the thing that I hate doing. And I want to leave feeling like I have a sparkly clean mouth. And I don't think
That's the only reason for
fucking
going.
Marionberry pie flavored fucking fluoride paste is going to make me feel like I have a twinkle in my grin when I leave.
Margarita. You don't think margarita will make your mouth feel like it's 5 o'clock somewhere?
I don't know how to ask them if it's a margarita with salt on the glass or sugar on the glass. I would assume salt because sugar's bad for your teeth, but I would also assume that they wouldn't actually rim the fucking little dabber that they dab the thing in. But I want it would have to be cherry with the red margarita with salt on the rim, and slushy, not iced. And I know that it's just a flavor, but I swear to God, there's a difference in the flavor.
I've never had cherry margarita.
I don't know if it's cherry, just red. Maybe it's strawberry. It's red.
I've never had red margarita.
You never had a red margarita?
I've never had
Go to
red
a
margarita.
fucking Chili's. Go to Applebee's. I bet. Actually, I don't know if that's true, but I bet you they
go
do.
back to Applebee's.
What did you do at Applebee's?
Oh,
Fuck. I love this podcast. This is such a good podcast. What did you do at Applebee's?
this is a great podcast. Also, somebody I won't drop names, but somebody did say that they appreciate our podcast, and that made my heart so happy. In my Twitch chat the other day, they said they appreciate and have been enjoying our podcast. We're gonna toot our horns a little bit because it was very sweet. Boop, boop.
Let's go. Quality content.
But Applebee's, not sponsored by Applebee's. Please don't sponsor us. I'm too embarrassed.
Please don't. Actually, I don't want to be the person that's sponsored by Applebee's.
No.
I'm not a NASCAR driver. I don't need that sponsorship.
So super incredibly long story short, me and my wife were very drunk one night.
Yes.
And we wanted to order Applebee's, as you do.
Yes.
You order Applebee's when you're drunk.
Of course. Never when you're sober.
No,
Good
never
Lord, no.
when you're sober.
What do you do? Go to a real restaurant. If you're near an Applebee's, there's an Olive Garden right down the street. I guarantee it.
More
Get some
than
real
likely.
food.
Yeah. Coming from somebody who worked in an Olive Garden, I would rather go to Olive Garden than to Applebee's.
How did I not know that you worked at Olive Garden?
I worked at an Olive
My
Garden.
favorite family-friendly fake Italian restaurant.
Me and wife worked at Olive Garden.
Together?
In separate locations.
No! What are the odds?
Right. At the same time.
Fate is so funny.
It is. But not our family-friendly, whatever favorite your family place, Applebee's.
Yes.
We got very drunk one night, and we're going to order Applebee's, as one does.
Of course.
And we ordered a quesadilla burger.
Ooh,
and we were
great.
like, because they have the fancies, the things that you would never think to mix together literally ever. They just do.
Yeah, quesadilla hamburger, of course.
Quesadilla hamburger.
Why not?
And we also got other things that were like actual like quesadilla-esque. Like they were like little dips to go with like stuff.
Of course, yeah.
And we got all of our food. And we didn't see our burgers. And so as anybody does, we called the place and we were like, hi, we called the DoorDasher and was like, did you leave a bag? And they were like, no. And then I was like, okay, well, we don't have like our main entree.
Yeah.
And they called the restaurant and then the restaurant called me and they were like, we're pretty sure our to-go people put it in. And this was like 10, 15 minutes of me arguing on the phone being like, I promise it's not here. Like we have our entrees, we have the sides. We don't have the burger. And then the person eventually was like, oh, okay, well, can you come pick it up? And we were like, no, we are plasteredly drunk. That's why we ordered Applebee's at like 9 at night. We can't come drive to pick it up.
What do they think you're gonna do?
we were like, no. So they contacted DoorDash to get another driver to come out to us.
Perfect.
In this whole conversation, the whole time, I can't remember if like they had to like end the call and call us back. And so wife went and got the bag while they were like, the person was like, I gotta call you back. I gotta call DoorDash, right?
Yeah.
And in the midst, wife went back. She was like, I'm going to double, triple, quadruple check. She started going through everything. She actually started like actually opening everything, like tearing everything apart, not just like looking through it. And
oh no.
Applebee's calls back, and as I'm on the phone with Applebee's, him being like, okay, we got a driver, we're sorry, we'll send it back, we'll send the food. Wife learns that their quesadilla burgers aren't a burger with quesadilla toppings. It's it's a patty on a quesadilla, in a quesadilla.
Which, it's so stupid.
It's so stupid, right? Because if you imagine getting a burger, it gets better.
It's so dumb. It's the entire argument of, like, what is a sandwich I have with my Twitch chat all the live long day. You expect, you hear something burger, you assume it's gonna be like a thing. You know what I mean? Like, it's a thing.
Like bun, patty,
Yeah.
ingredients. Any ingredients in between.
Yeah. I thought that it was gonna be the bun was quesadilla and then burger stuff inside. But either way, we both had the same idea of like it's a burger.
It's a burger.
You
Yeah.
hold it with for the audio listeners. First of all, go fuck yourself. Second of all, I'm mimicking holding a hamburger, and I don't have to describe anything more than that because you know what I mean.
You know what it's like. Yeah.
My hand is making two C shapes, one forward C, one backward C, depending on which way you're looking. And yet, they gave you a flat-ass quesadilla with some fucking cow inside.
Yes. And then on top of it, we had already ordered the quesadilla appetizers, too. So we
It's
were
all
just
blended together.
not... But the worst part is, she realized this in the midst of him, like, finishing his spiel about how they just got on with DoorDash and they're sending more food. They specifically got another driver to come out to give us this food. And I was looking at her being like, I can't tell them.
You can't. It's almost more rude to tell them at this point.
Exactly. They've already gone through the trouble. I was like, we're awful. We'll never go back. It's fine. And then I was like, okay, thank you, and hung up the phone. And so you would think if they send you food, they would just send the missing food, right?
Of course. They sent the whole meal again.
They sent the entire meal. All of it.
That's so much quesadilla.
Doubled our order and just sent the whole thing again. After
Holy
me getting
shit.
on with them, being so sure it wasn't. They were like, are you sure it's not there? Never once did they mention, by the way, that you might be looking for a burger patty inside, essentially just a quesadilla, not a burger.
How do you tell someone, like, what other food? I get it with a quesadilla burger. Don't get me wrong. But if someone was like, hey, my hamburger's missing, and they were like, well, I mean, double check. Do you see the thing with, like, buns and a burger inside of it? That's the hamburger. Like, you don't... How, like, you can't... The quesadilla burger, again, what is it fucking supposed to look like? It's not what you think it's gonna be. But to them, they're like, oh, they ordered it. They maybe know what it is. If I explain what food looks like that they ordered, am I gonna sound like an asshole? It's like trying to speak louder when someone tells you they're deaf. Like, it's like you can't, like, there's no nice way to do it. You just like, I guess you don't have it. Sorry.
We never went back to that Applebee's.
Yeah.
I didn't, and also the worst part was it was in, not only was it like a quesadilla, they had a whole quesadilla and hamburger section. It was in the hamburger section.
Okay, that's the final nail in the coffin. That should have been
part.
Either, like, okay, hold on. I do have to push back on one thing. Okay. When you said you were expecting it to look like a burger with buns, regular hamburger buns,
right,
and then a hamburger inside, and then quesadilla stuff in the middle.
I don't even know what that's.
Is that not a fucking cheeseburger that you're describing right now?
You right. A little bit. But we were also fucking plastered and didn't think... I was like, oh, it might come
a
with
cheeseburger
some, like,
and a loose tortilla in the middle. It's bun, cheese, tortilla, burger, lettuce, pickles, onions, tomatoes.
We were also, to be fair to the Applebee's, we're also very extremely drunk. But, like, looking down this whole list of burgers, because we thought it would be, like, queso, like just, like, as close as you could get. I don't even know what we were expecting, truly.
I know you don't, because quesadilla toppings inside a hamburger doesn't mean anything. It's cheese. So maybe salsa, but
But that's anything. We were expecting it to be anything else besides
I mean,
quesadilla.
I think you're both wrong.
No, we
Should
both
you have
truly were.
expected
Yeah.
to be like, oh, it's regular hamburger with quesadilla toppings inside? Probably not. Should they have put a thing that is clearly a quesadilla with something inside of it in the fucking hamburger section?
Exactly.
Fucking no. No, they shouldn't have
No.
done that. It takes two wrongs to make a right. And they made it right by sending you twice as much food.
Twice as much food.
Good job, Applebee's. And honestly, I'm kind of proud of them too for being like, I'm pretty sure we put it in there. Like, I don't mean the customer's always right and stuff, but like, I'm good at my job. I'm pretty
I wish
sure.
they would have told me I was wrong because I felt so bad afterwards. I was just like, yo, I'm so sorry. I don't know how to like start to atone for this sin.
But I mean, even then, like, if they said you're wrong before you had found the quesadilla burger, you'd have been like, fuck you, fucking
We probably would have.
Timberly at Applebee's. Go fuck yourself.
Also, I
Don't
will
tell
say,
me I'm wrong.
they were a little quick to like I mean, kind of, to be fair, we did totally miss it, but they were a little aggressive from the jump, which made me even more
Oh, for sure.
aggressive, and then it just snowballed.
Absolutely. But you never know who you got. You could have gotten like the Mr. Little Johnny Applebee's fucking grandkid who's like a savant and is like, I know I put that quesadilla burger in there. I have worked at Applebee's since I was 3.5 years old, and I dream Applebee's menus. I don't mess up.
I dream Applebee's menu.
I dreamed up the quesadilla burger as a child.
It's a bad dream.
That's a bad
It's a
dream, and that's a clear
nightmare.
sign of nepotism, Johnny
It also-
Applebee's Jr. Like,
It also was literally just imagine a quesadilla and just a patty. It wasn't even like chopped up. It was
No.
just like it's not good.
it's not good. It's not. No, because
You had to take the quesadilla and fold the sides like in to match the patty. Like,
Oh
it
my
wasn't-
god! Build it your fucking self. We
so-
sent
it
you
was
the shittiest Subway of all time.
It
Jesus
was so
Christ!
bad.
There's an Applebee's next to the one of the buildings that my works out of. I don't know how to say that in a way that doesn't sound fucking ridiculous. There's two places where we do
Works
streams
out
for
of?
work. Yes, and the original building that we've moved out of, we still have some streams going there, and there's an Applebee's right next to that.
Oh.
I was doing some work over there, and me and two of my coworkers went over there, and we all know it's Applebee's. We know what to expect. But they have these like loaded fucking cheesy waffle fries that are supposed to be really good. And the other two coworkers had them before. I never had them before. And they each grabbed one and took a bite, and they were like, "These don't taste right." And I was like, "I mean, about as good as I would expect Applebee's to be." I'm like, "No, it's weird. Like, it tastes like cinnamon." And I took another bite, and turns out 100% it tasted like someone had sprinkled like sweet sugary cinnamon over our
Oh.
cheesy bacony whatever the fuck they are fries. It was super
Bad,
bizarre.
gross, bad.
Yeah, I was like, Applebee's. What is
Are you
happening?
Trying to get that mapley bacon. Like,
Yeah, like what are you going for? It's not as I don't think cinnamon on cheesy loaded bar fries is as egregious as a fucking hamburger patty placed near a quesadilla, but it's still pretty bad. I don't have
that's
my
pretty-
only good Applebee's story, unfortunately. Yours is
It's
much
really
better.
good Applebee's story.
Well, good as in bad. Every
Oh.
other time I've been to Applebee's, it's been
okay.
so forgettable I don't have a story. Which is maybe
That's
worse.
exactly. I mean, we're really shitting on the Applebee's, but like for real, Applebee's is just.
I like
kind
how
of
we
like-
had to make sure that we said that we're not sponsored by Applebee's before
Yeah.
we started. Olive Garden, if you want to sponsor us, let's fucking go.
Yeah. When you're here, you're
Family.
something that I was gonna say something.
When you're here, you are not at Applebee's, which is the greatest gift of all.
That's We're gonna clip this part of the VOD to send as our submission when you're not here.
Well, no, it's gonna
When
be
you're here.
it's gonna be Olive Garden like font.
Yeah.
And it's gonna say when you're here, you're not at Applebee's.
Yes.
That's a t-shirt. That's some merch. I love this. This is great.
Are you
thinking what I'm thinking? Are you thinking a little capitalism right now? Are you thinking a little...
a little sprinkle, like the sugar cinnamon to your cheesy fries.
Yes, of course. Like a light dusting of cinnamon upon my bar fries. Just a little bit of capitalism. Maybe put some stuff on a shirt and that only costs $10 to make, and we sell it for $12, and we take those $2 and we save up money and go to fucking not Applebee's. I almost said Applebee's, and get a quesadilla burger and make a video of us eating the quesadilla burger and turn that into more money. That's how it works.
You're thinking like a content. You're thinking
that's
like
content
a content
creation.
Creator.
That's content.
Your
creation.
brain is in the content creation.
I'm fucking there. And then we were like, oh, this is so bad, and we rinse out the flavor with Cool Whip Cheez-Its.
Yeah, because that's actually good.
And Smegos. We'll do that some other time. Podcast. We'll get into that whole thing some other time. This is a teaser. This is a little tasty teaser of some delicious foods.
A little tasty sprinkle.
A little tasty sprinkle. So that was a fun conversation about you never being able to go to Applebee's again. This podcast is called Resting Twitch Face. And
it is.
Twitch did have some stuff happen.
Yes.
That we can talk about for as long or as not long as we care to. Because I mostly think it's all pretty dumb.
As the theme with Twitch has been.
I mean, you're not...
Well, a little bit.
Just a little bit. It's a whittle dumb.
It's all been a whittle dumb. It's all been a whittle stinky dumb.
Just
Stupid,
a little,
poopy.
Just like a little bit dumb.
A little bit.
So Twitch has done a couple things. You heard about the whole ad debacle, the streamers running ads thing. Have you heard of? Did you hear anything about this?
Only because you briefed me slightly at the beginning of this podcast.
Yeah, I was trying to pretend like we didn't fucking do that so that you could sound smart on the podcast, Quinn.
I'm not.
Fuck
I
me.
would be a
You were
liar.
literally like, I don't want to go in blind to this information. Maybe you should give me a little recap. And I said, okay, I want us both to sound like we're equally knowledgeable on this podcast because you're my friend and I appreciate you. And you go and throw me out of the fucking bus like that, make me sound so dumb. Like I didn't remember we had talked about this.
You're the smart one that knows.
Oh my
about
god.
this.
No, that's not true. We both wear glasses. Neither of us can be the smart one.
Shit.
I know. There's nothing we can do about that. Except one of
No.
us has to not wear glasses, but it can't be me. I'll
can't
get
see
a
without my
headache.
glasses,
Yeah. I'm like we're like Velmas. A couple little Velmas. A couple little Velma boys.
Little Velma boys. That's what we are. Velma T-shirt idea number 2. Mark this on the timestamp on the chapter. Anywho, no, I don't know.
What would Velma boys say instead of like jinkies? Like fucking
Stinky.
stinkies. My fart hole dropped my boy glasses. Fuck. I'm sorry. I got.
Stinkies.
Ugh, stinkies.
You have to say it.
Fuck.
Yeah, you have to say it.
It would just be.
You have to say
fuck.
it in the most mad Jim Bro voice you possibly can.
Stinkies.
Exactly.
I dropped my fucking glasses. Can someone spot me, bro? Spot me, bro. Crawling around. But you gotta crawl like this. Because your biceps.
Because their muscles are too big.
Because their muscles are too big. This is the thing with all men. Muscles are too big all the time. It's not like we all have different shapes and sizes.
Too many stinkies.
Too many stinkies out of my fart hole. Speaking of fart holes, Twitch has done some fun things recently. We're going to breeze over them real quick because sometimes it's important to know and it's important to keep you all up to date because this podcast is tangentially kind of Twitch related sometimes when we choose it to be. We're just going to breeze over it really quick. A week, 2 weeks, a time ago, Twitch put out a bunch of pictures on Twitter and stuff that was just like updating TOS stuff. And they had an update about advertisements that was like, hey, just so you know, you can't run pre-baked advertisements, and like corporate spot, like logos can only take up X% of screen. And the internet lost its fucking mind because for some reason we all want to defend commercials sometimes. And everyone on the internet presumed, and it's not like a bad thing. It wasn't like an unfair reading of Twitch's TOS update. I think they just worded it poorly. But essentially they thought that as a Twitch streamer, you cannot have your own advertisements, have your own product placement, run your own sponsorship deals, that kind of thing. Like, you're not allowed to give a 30-second spot for, like, fucking,
G Fuel.
Yeah.
G Fuel.
G Fuel. Probably another energy drink that's a sponsor of Twitch, and probably drink. That's about it. Chair. Or Chair. Razor. Mice. Yeah. Or G Fuel. Like, it's all those.
I can only think of G Fuel.
It's even like the one I was trying to get to, like one of those food delivery services. I'm like, that's mostly podcasts. I don't think they do like stream. You can sign up for Stream Elements. Yeah, like HelloFresh has one, but you get some money if you get like 20 people to sign up for it or something, which is like fucking possible. You're a small streamer. Guess what? Your audience probably can't afford HelloFresh because you can't afford HelloFresh. That's kind of just the way it works. I apologize. Capitalism at its finest. But capitalism. We're doing a little capitalism.
Yeah, our capitalism's fine. Our capitalism is fine. The finest.
The finest. It's like a fine moldy apple juice.
Good.
Capitalism.
Glad we brought that one back.
We always got to bring it back. We're circling back. So what? Everyone thought is like you can't run your own sponsorships, you can't run your own stuff, you can't have your own logo take up X amount of stuff, or if you're like an esports team or whatever, you can't have your own whatever. Mm-hmm. What they probably actually meant, because some people caught on to this pretty quickly, is that there are some streamers that will sign deals with not Twitch, but other outside advertisement agencies or ad amalgamators, or there's a word for this kind of company that I can't think of what it is. But essentially, instead of running ads on Twitch, they will not run any ads on Twitch and have pre-baked onto their own stream. Another company will run ads, and that company will track how many viewers you have, etc., and pay you probably a better rate than Twitch does for your advertisements. And on the one hand, it's your own stream. People should be able to do what they want. But on the other hand, like if you went onto YouTube and then non-YouTube ads were playing, like YouTube wouldn't allow that. Most platforms, there's no fucking way. No. Most other platforms have already banned this style of content. Twitch, and one of the reasons it flew under the radar for so long is because it's not that popular of a thing to do, because most people don't want to run ads anyway.
Right.
The problem isn't how much money you're not making from Twitch's ads. It's just you don't want to fucking run ads. But some people did it. The internet got all upset because everyone thought that you weren't allowed to advertise your own stuff or get your own sponsorship deals. After all that started exploding, Twitch put out a statement saying, hey, that's not what we meant at all. We specifically meant this style of thing because it's weird and dumb and no one else lets you do that. And we didn't think it was a big deal. They didn't say this exactly, but my impression of it is that they didn't care to like go deep into it because it's not that big of a deal. Not that many people did it. Right. It's just like, hey, don't like, we have to say it now. But very few people actually saw that message, and those that did were like, we don't believe you. You're trying to be bad. Oop! I just smacked my own microphone. So the next day, Twitch puts out a statement saying, oops, you were right, we are wrong. We tried to do something bad and you got us. We're going to reevaluate. Okay, bye. And everyone had their victory lap and moved on. My big brain fucking conspiracy theory thought is that Twitch put out that statement, taking the L, saying you got us. We were trying to fuck you over, and now we know it's bad. They were just getting everyone to shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
because that is not, I cannot imagine the way people thought Twitch was doing it. It would kill like any esports league. There's no way that could have been what they were really going for, and we know that's not what they were going for, because they put out a statement the day before after people got mad saying that that's not what it was, but nobody fucking cared. So they were like, you know what, instead of arguing with the internet, which is impossible because it's the fucking internet and we're already the bad guys because we're Twitch, let's just be the bad guys again, say you got us, and say we're undoing it.
Yeah.
And then everyone was like, we did it. And then nobody talked about it ever again. Which is exactly what they thought was going to happen. So I think they intentionally leaned into it just to get people to stop talking about it. Because, again, like what people thought they were doing just made no fucking sense.
Yeah.
It would have only hurt Twitch. It doesn't make any sense.
No, from hearing about it, like I didn't see anything about it until like hearing about it from you. But like we give Twitch a lot of shit. I feel like most of our podcast is us being like, hey, why the fuck did you do that? Why would you do A, B, and C? And giving Twitch a lot of shit. But this is I think the first time that we've really been like, oh, Twitch should have been able to stand their ground. Like they were in the right here. Right?
And who knows, maybe there's some other tweet from somebody else that works at Twitch that I missed that's like admitting, and it explains why what they were trying to do was the most evil, dumb thing in the world, and completely like throws my theory under the bus. But to me, it doesn't make any sense because, one, you're going to piss off all your Twitch streamers, and two, Twitch has a problem where they can't get actual advertisers to advertise en masse on their platform because of how how much variation there is between streamers. So if streamers are able to cultivate a good following with certain companies like a HelloFresh or a whatever, anything that's not fucking what we were just saying, G Fuel and Razer and fucking all the basic in like NVIDIA graphics card, like all the same basic shit you see all the time, like Twitch wants streamers to get those business relationships because it wants those advertisers to realize that Twitch is a good place for them to be. And because Twitch uses its own Amazon-based, they have to go and make deals specifically with every advertiser. They can't do it like Google and YouTube do, where people sign up to do it and just give them money. YouTube and Google makes all their money from ads. They are the fucking kings of advertisement. Yeah. Amazon has to make, and Twitch has to make specific deals with specific companies, and like it's like the manual version versus the automatic version that YouTube has. Yeah. And they're not good at it. So if they could have at least like some examples of like, hey, like your company has advertised with some streamers and it's gone well. Like let's give us more money and we can do this for real. That's what they want. So it just doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. Yeah. And on top of that, streamers having their own sponsorship deals would not impact whether or not they're like the ad schedule of like, the streams in general. Like it's not like a streamer's gonna be like, well, I'm not allowed to get a sponsorship, so now I'll run an ad every fucking half an hour for the rest of my life. Like, right. It's not going to change anything. If they're going to run ads, they're going to run ads. If they're not going to run ads, they're not going to run ads.
They're not going to run ads. Yeah.
And half the reason the ad situation is so bad on Twitch is because Twitch is terrible at getting advertisers. Yeah. And that's the first thing that happened at Twitch. The other thing that happened at Twitch is the website kick.com.
I'm excited to hear more about what you have to say about Kick, because I only know what we've previously briefly mentioned on stream.
Would you like to paraphrase what we briefly mentioned on stream?
Not stream. On our previous podcast, we talked about it existing.
Our podcast, you know what I mean. Yeah. But would you like to, do you remember any of it? Because I specifically didn't give you a fucking paraphrased version before the podcast for this one. And now you're saying you fucking got it on lock, what we talked about last time. So let's hear it, Quinn.
No, I just know know that it's a new platform that's in competition with Twitch, that people are starting to use it. It's starting to become more popular. That's all I got.
Okay. Okay, so let's rewind. I sound so smart this episode because I know
You do.
2 things. I guess my glasses are real prescription glasses,
Mine are fake.
and yours
too.
are fake.
They are.
You don't even care if you fucking lose your stinkies or fucking whatever that
My
bit was.
stinkies, no.
Oh, it's not your stinky. The glasses are still glasses. You just say stinkies. It's because it's jinkies. I'm back. I remembered the bit. Speaking of fucking fucking fart holes and stinkies, kick.com. Kick.com sprouted up as a competitor to Twitch, and one of the first people that they signed exclusively was I'm gonna do a quick Google search to make sure.
Somebody? Also, while you're Googling, I have to throw out the fact that I'm assuming listeners, viewers, whatever, are also going to have the same initial reaction I have of, isn't Kick.com or Kick a messaging app?
Yes, but
Isn't
I believe
Kick
that one
the
was
app that you
Kick,
message?
K-I-K, not just K-I-C-K.
Oh,
Or-
they just spell like kick like kicking.
Just kicking a ball. Yeah, you're you're, like the action that you take. Kick.com. So, one of the first big streamers that started on Kick, I don't know if he was the first, but the first one that started making stuff move. It's a guy by the name of Aiden Ross. Aiden Ross is a piece of shit.
Who is currently live right now. I literally clicked on to Kick.com.
Yeah, I'm sure,
and
because he's like the king of
currently
Kick right
live.
now, until what we're about to
Whoa.
talk about happens. He was someone that would do a lot of gambling streams, and also
Oh, no.
is very, very not the type of person we would want to hang out with. If you're kicking up what I'm cooking down.
If I'm kicking up,
He's
catching what I'm
fucking,
kicking.
just kind of generic racist and fucking homophobic, transphobic, fucking piece of shit.
Yeah.
Dude. And he would do a lot of gambling streams. And then a while ago, Twitch banned a lot of the weird gambling websites from being allowed to be streamed on Twitch. They had to be licensed, regulated sites and gambling establishments or whatever. And then they were also just not kind of promoting gambling streams as much. Anyway, so Aiden Ross is one of the people that got most fucked by that. And then, coincidentally around the same time, Kick.com launched a website that not only is meant to compete with Twitch, but suspiciously looks exactly like Twitch, as if they had just tried to copy Twitch.
It does look like Twitch.
And Aiden Ross, it becomes one of the first people to be signed to move over there.
Okay.
And for it's a pretty good deal, and he stands to make a lot of money. How does a website like Kick.com, who's just starting, have the capital to sign a deal for a big streamer? And and just to make this even crazier, the latest 2 people that have signed deals with Kick are 2 of the biggest streamers in the world. XQC.
And
who? Do you know XQC?
a little bit.
He's
Very briefly.
not my
A little.
sorry internet, not my type of content, but I like to understand what people are saying, and he's just kind of a weird dude, but very, very popular. I think the most watched Twitch streamer, period. And Amaranth have signed deals. Do you know? And you know Amaranth, I assume.
Yeah.
Have signed
I
deals.
thought you were gonna say Ninja for some reason.
No,
I thought
right?
you were gonna go the Ninja
Tyler
route.
Ninja Blevins? No. Tyler Ninja Blevins is a whole other fucking thing, but mostly just because I don't like him.
I know Ninja.
But
He's a
fucking Tyler-
garbage human.
He's a fucking weirdo.
He's a
Him and his fucking wife are
Wild
fucking weird.
Fucking individual.
Fucking actual fucking insane. They're
Yeah.
nuts. So XQC and Amaranth have recently signed non-exclusive, which means they can stream on Kick and they can also stream on other platforms, but they're going to be streaming less on Twitch and more so on Kick, and then also on YouTube and TikTok, which I think is a
Right.
smart way to do it if your goal is to bring people to you. Mixer did it bad. a company that my company works with is doing it bad. I'm going to avoid saying those words specifically. Trying to keep people exclusive and trying to segment yourself into your own corner of the internet is never going to work versus established corners of the internet. Mm-hmm. So it's a good idea. But back in the day, it was just Aiden Ross who got a good deal, was making a lot of money on Kick. And how does Kick have the money to pay when it's like barely started up, tiny streaming platform? Right. Turns out, the people that started Kick are the people that owned the gambling website that Aiden Ross streamed from. Kick.com is funded entirely by gambling money. 100%. Wow. The company that owns the gambling website that would give streamers $1 million streams, $1 million a stream.
That's
nuts. And then also $1 million to gamble with on that stream.
Nuts.
It's insane. XQC himself was a gambling streamer and came out as saying he had a gambling addiction and was had a lot of stuff going on. And now he's signed at Kick.com. Fucking weird. I don't like it.
Which one was the one that did the whole like borrowing from people, like that whole nonsense? Because that's who I thought we were going to talk about, or it was going to be on the after you mentioned the gambling.
No, I can't. I almost said Ice Poseidon, but that is not Ice Poseidon. I thought his name reminded me of Ice Poseidon for some reason. I can't remember who that guy was. As far as I know, that guy's fucking just gone. I don't know what happened to that person. Maybe they're on Kick. Who knows? But so essentially, Kick.com is a streaming website set up so that the gambling platform that stands to make a fuck ton of money by tricking people into watching gambling streams and then gambling along with their favorite streamers and losing a bunch of fucking money. They have a popular streaming platform to have their shit streamed on. So that is what Kick.com is essentially for. It is a marketing branch of a gambling website that is just being irresponsible with people's livelihoods to make themselves money. Because we wanted to do a little capitalism. They're doing a fuck ton of capitalism, and it's bad.
That's
so on top of that. They also marketed themselves as having two things. One, very good, 95% to 5% revenue splits with their streamers. Streamers make 95%. Kick makes 5%.
Whoa.
You start making money, whatever I don't know how you become affiliate or whatever the fuck it is with Kick. Right. 95%, 5%. That's how it goes. You make your money. And the other thing with Kick is that they were like, and we're going to have no fucking moderation, baby.
Wow,
so Aiden Ross, on his like first day at Kick, is like, look what I can do. And just streamed porn for a bit.
Wow.
Like, and then, like, and it has since gone on to be just like talking a bunch of bullshit about a lot of protected groups and just like not a good person. So Kick.com for the longest has had the identity of being the weird gambling funded right wing weird platform for fucking gambling addicts and incels. Sorry, internet, if you are on Kick.com, I'm not saying you're a gambling addict or an incel. That's just what I'm sorry. But now,
but if that's who they like have thrown the big bucks at to like be the flagship of the platform,
yes,
like,
and now giving money to XQC, who is a gaming streamer, but also definitely did the gambling streams, and Amaranth, who does do gaming streams and does a bunch of stuff, and I have publicly said so many times, Amaranth deserves every fucking cent that she fucking gets. Because that woman works her fucking ass off and does a lot of stuff, constantly making content, constantly streaming. And if going to Kick.com is going to give her a little more freedom to have a fucking day off or whatever, I'm very happy for her. But the message that Kick.com is going for is we're taking everything here, which is good and bad.
Yeah.
Because Twitch has a problem getting advertisers. Kick.com will not get advertisers.
No.
At some point, the dam is going to break because, yes, it's being funded by a gambling website. And they're kind of thinking that we're going to have gambling streamers on the website. And then those are going to get viewers to gamble with us. So it's going to be a fucking never-ending money machine.
Yeah.
But if the craziest thing happened, Twitch died tomorrow and 100% of the Twitch streamers went to Kick. Kick is fucking done. There's no way they can keep up with 95% to 5% ad split or revenue split, have zero advertisement, and support an entire website based on a gambling website. There's no way.
No.
It's going to stop being worth it to them eventually. Most people don't watch gambling streamers. And they're going to run into all the same problems Twitch does with less advertisement and less everything.
Wow.
Maybe I'm that end bit was me with my own personal analysis.
I mean, but that makes a lot of sense. Like even even the websites I am on, like OnlyFans and like Fansly and stuff that I do for like my other content creation, that's still like an 80-20. And that's still like whenever like going
it's
from
very
that to
good.
Twitch, that's very good. Like you look at that, like I look at that as a content creator, I'm like, wow, that's awesome.
Yeah.
If somebody went, what was it, 95 and 5%? Was that
95.5, I believe.
If
Maybe
somebody-
90-10, but I believe it's 95.5.
Even 90-10, let's take 90-10. Even if I went to a website and they were like, oh, you're making 90-10, so many red flags would go up in my brain. I'd be like, there's no way. Like, I don't know what you're doing. And I would love to be able to think that I can make that level of split with a website, but like, no. Just simply no.
No. It would have to literally be so much that like everyone on the planet is on this website, and the ad situation is so good, they're making their money, and you've hit a certain level of notoriety and fame on the website, and now you're getting 95.5.
Yeah.
But that's not how it works, and that's never gonna be how it works.
No.
It is just fucking wild.
Yeah, no, that's...
I think it's
they're just not gonna keep up with that.
No,
like,
unless and again, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they're gonna convert a lot of people to gamblers and ruin a lot of lives. But is how now we're getting to the other conversation. How different is that from Amazon? How different is it? It feels like it's probably worse, but also, I don't know. It's weird.
It's weird. It's a weird little thing to like. It's a weird little thing. It's
a weird little thing.
We're just two little guys. We just want to content create.
We just want to content create. And I don't want to feel like the
that's
content I'm making is helping perpetuate a system that's ruining people's lives.
Yeah.
And I feel
it's
like...
already bad enough that we... Like, I low-key, like, there's so many times I'm just like, oh, yeah, Daddy Bezos is technically my boss, but, like, not really.
Yeah.
But, like, technically my boss.
Technically.
And that's already weird.
Yeah,
like, that's
right?
already blech.
Yeah, having to do this on sites that are owned by fucking billionaires or whatever. But at least Amazon is making money by selling people goods and services.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And there's a bunch of, drivers and shit that are getting fucked over. I fucking ordered myself, because again, I went to the dentist recently and they fucking were like, you should get a Sonicare toothbrush. And I said, okay, I have a good job. I haven't even used it yet. It came today. I went to the dentist yesterday and it came today because someone got fucked over and had to drive. My only options for delivery were between 4 a.m. and 8 a.m. and 7 a.m. and 10 a.m. And I was like, why can't you just send it at a normal time on someone's normal hours? Why are you forcing me to choose 4 to 8 a.m.? Because wouldn't it be cool if it showed up before work so I could charge it during the day? Like, it's so wild. Well, it's either that or like have it show up on like fucking next Wednesday. Fuck that. But
yeah, it's
I want my toothbrush. But like, don't make someone fucking die for it. Like,
it's the same energy. It's the thing all the time that I feel like is one of my like biggest struggles of like there's no what is it? There's no ethical consumption under capitalism.
there's no ethical consumption of capitalism.
There's none because you either like you do need it, you do need the thing, you do want the thing, but the option is either fuck somebody over or wait exit like it's such a weird thing to have to like it's a weird thing to even be offered.
Yeah.
Like it's just it feels like you're trying to do good for you and you're trying to just because like quite frankly people all the time are like don't buy from Amazon and that's a really grand thing to pitch, but like do you know how many people rely on Amazon to bring them stuff because they either can't get it or like they can't go out themselves? Like it's like it's a thing that is so commonly used that like we are forced to use sometimes.
Yeah.
Like we just have to.
You actually have to.
Yeah.
And it's the same. Amazon has become the same thing as like owning a smartphone. You know, some poor kid in some other country has had fingers bleeding and fucking they're getting migraines every day because they're looking at little parts. I'm trying to empathize with someone that built smartphones, but I don't know how smartphones work. So just their knuckles are dusted over with iPhone chalk. I don't know. I don't know how it works.
iPhone wires.
I feel
everywhere.
Exactly. They're like, oh no, I got more iPhone wires in my hair because we're British and that's where we make the iPhones. I don't know. I can't fully empathize, but I'm trying to here. But you have to have a smartphone in today's society. If you don't have a smartphone, if you can't answer an email while you're out and about, you're fucked. You need that.
Jobs, literal, like I've seen so many occasions where somebody has been like, oh, I lost the option to get this job because I didn't have a fucking smartphone to link all this shit up and like be able to do shit.
Yeah.
Like it's so real. Like
it happens.
It's a real thing.
It's fucking insane. But on the other hand, I get it. Like at my job, if I didn't have a phone that could have fucking Slack on there, which is like a businessy, like a Microsoft Teams, like fucking AOL Instant Messenger bullshit thing.
Like Discord, but for work.
Yeah, it's work Discord. We tried Discord for work Discord for a while, but it got sloppy because everyone is also on Discord for not work. Whereas no one's on Slack for social stuff.
No, if you're on Slack, you're doing it for
I was like, oh, I really like Diablo 4. I want to join the Diablo 4 Slack channel. And join a huddle. A huddle is like a FaceTime. You call it a huddle.
I didn't know that.
It's the worst. I always like, I always try to get, like, people will huddle me for like tech help. And I'm just like, I'm always like, join it like this. I'm like, what's up, guys? Let's huddle up, everyone.
Let's
up?
Fucking go. It's your boy, Stinkies.
It's your boy, Stinkies. Stinkies, where are my glasses at? You know what I'm saying?
Help me find it in the huddle.
But it's fucking wild. Anyway, that's Kick. That's the whole new thing with Kick is that XQC and Amaranth have signed non-exclusive deals, which is a smart way for Kick to be doing things, and Kick is making a lot of the right moves, and some other people have been saying that the communities surrounding Kick are not as sketchy and weird as you think they're gonna be because it's just the internet, but also like it's just a weird, it's like someone trying to tell me that like 4chan has really evolved since, fucking since the fucking, I don't know, libertarians joined. I don't know what the fuck. Fuck libertarians. Yeah. I heard, by the way, speaking of that, the fucking Titanic boat that's a submarine. You've heard about the submarine that swept the nation? Quinn. You've not heard about the submarine? You've not heard about the submarine?
No.
The fucking submarine, Quinn.
Wait,
where have you been?
Under a fucking rock.
Look up Titanic submarine. It's been sweeping the nation for like 5 days. 96 hours ago, a company called OceanGate lost communication with a tourist sub that's meant to go down and view the Titanic. On board was the CEO of this company and like 4 other fucking billionaires or something. This submarine is controlled by It's made out of shit that a submarine shouldn't be made out of because whistleblowers came forward and said that these submarines aren't safe, and the CEO of this company sued them, and it's a whole thing. Meanwhile, the subs are still working. The submarine is driven by a I swear to Christ, a video game controller. Cheaper than one I would buy for myself to play with. Literally, it's a Logitech video game controller. It looks like a fucking Xbox controller. That is what's driving this thing. They went down, lost communication. They had 96 hours of air. Over the last few days, hunt has been on. The government is coming in, finding stuff. They heard banging sounds underwater. And now they found that there's been ruin. Like, the submarine probably imploded. There's debris everywhere. They weren't stuck underwater. They died instantly because it's a shitty made submarine owned by a stupid fucking billionaire. Inside was a bunch of stupid fucking billionaires and a 19-year-old kid, which makes me kind of sad because he was just there with his dad, I think.
I was going to say, if it's the billionaires, then, like...
But it's... They're just being dumb, fucking literally kind of, like, falling prey to their own fucking sick shit that made them billionaires to begin with, of cutting corners despite, like, to spite safety for other people.
Yeah.
And here they are. And
despite
someone told
having the money to do so.
Yeah,
despite
exactly.
Having way over the amount of money to do so.
Yeah. And the guy that like made these submarines was recently quoted as saying that the government had too many restrictions and regulations on his job and his work and everything, and now that shit is dead. This guy apparently, what I was told, I don't know if this is exactly true, but is a libertarian, which for those that may not know, libertarians are people that think there shouldn't be really rules or laws and people should just be able to do what they want to do.
They're not the good. They're not the good. They're just as bad as the right.
Yeah,
like,
they're super duper dumb.
Bad. Yeah.
And just to prove, essentially people compare them to house cats because they think they're being independent and they want to do everything themselves, but you, the taxpayer, and the government still has to like give them food and water and like support them. And this guy who has been very vocal about like restrictions and stuff, like the day they lost communication with this thing was like, I'm gonna try to get like tweeted like I'm gonna try to get some sleep. I hope I wake up to the government, the U.S. government coming to help us, because if they don't, I'm going to start listing off the names of the people that didn't do their job. And it's like, motherfucker, you've been actively shitting on the government and actively like trying to avoid having anything to do with it because you were making money. And now suddenly you're standing to lose money, and now everyone else has to jump through hurdles to fix your fucking stupid boat. It's so dumb. And they were like, oh, it was like we lost communication at this time. And then someone else was like, that's probably not true because I've been on that tour in that submarine. And every time we got down to X depth, they lost communication with the surface. And they said it was normal. I did it 4 times, and it happened every single time.
Oh.
So they were reporting like, oh, we lost communication then. And so they're probably on backup stuff. They probably have 96 hours. Even then, they were probably, if it hadn't imploded, they were probably already going to be dead anyway. Because they lost communication at a different time than what they said. Because they're fucking idiots. But yeah, this whole thing has swept the nation for the last few days. Everyone's been talking about this fucking submarine.
Holy
and it's
shit.
like both traumatic and so scary to be lost at sea, going to see the Titanic, and then suddenly you just like, you're underwater and maybe you're trapped there for days. But also it's a bunch of fucking billionaires in a fucking submarine that's not made out of submarine material. It's made out of fucking... it was made out of like... I think they said it was made out of carbon fiber, which one of the whistleblowers was like, that's literally not close to strong enough for this shit. Like it shouldn't do it. You shouldn't be going down in this thing. And then, lo and behold, and it's being driven by a fucking Logitech video game. Just a controller. Like just a
Turns
controller.
out if you build a shitty thing and hook it up shittily and do everything shittily, you'll reap the consequences of the shit thing.
Yes.
Turns out.
Also, the people that were on there were fucking billionaires. So it's like big.
Except the kid.
The kid. He was gonna be a billionaire, though. You know what I mean?
He was gonna be a billionaire.
Like, maybe he would have grown up into one of the good ones.
I'll say it out loud. I don't know of a billionaire that is a good one.
I don't know.
Because I get so testy with like, nobody should be a billionaire.
You shouldn't be one.
A billionaire should not exist.
You shouldn't be one of those. You don't need to be. There's nothing you can do at 900 million. Or there's nothing you can't do at 900 million that you can't do at 1 billion. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, besides maybe one more $100 million house. Like, fuck off.
That
what do you
literally
mean?
is what it feels like.
At what point is it not super apparent that you're just taking advantage of the system, not and actively avoiding paying your fair share of taxes, and your entire business is all run off of privately owned good like services like fucking the roads and fucking air quality control and fucking tap water that fucking works and the electric, even though you pay electricity, like that upkeep, like you're fucking, they fuck us all up. They just fuck us all up.
Yeah.
I mean, we could go deep in this conversation if you want to.
I'm here for it.
I've pitched this show, this YouTube channel before, but I'm going to pitch it again. It's called Some More News, and it's by a guy named Cody Johnston. He recently did an episode about AI and how, like, what are the real dangers of AI versus what people are just, like, scared about. And he kept pointing, like, Elon Musk and all these shitty people being, like, talking about how AI could, like, end the world or whatever, but then also, like, they can't really describe why it could. And then also a lot of those billionaires are now working on their own AI projects. And then also the real issue, like one of the things that can actually change with AI is like a lot of jobs could get taken over by AI. And his point was like, yeah, like that could be bad, but like how fucked up is it that we've created a society where we can make robots do work for us, and that's bad.
Yeah.
Like, it's so fucked up. And then he played a fucking clip from the Jetsons. Do you remember the Jetsons cartoon?
I do.
From back in the day? There's a clip from the Jetsons cartoon where George Jetson is so sad and tired. And the wife is like, what's wrong? He's like, I had to work a whole 2 hours this week. I'm exhausted. Turns out, even back then, they hoped the future would be, hey, maybe a little less work and a little more, like, enjoying time and life and creating and nature.
As we're supposed to.
Turns out, we've set up a society where we can make shit do the dumb shit for us, and it's, like, terrible. Like, and then people are just gonna fucking starve because we can't just be cool to people. It's so frustrating.
It's so frustrating. I feel like we've done so many mental loops of like being like, okay, we have to like consume, like unethically consume to be able to do stuff, but like also like we literally, like, the world is literally set up for failure.
100%.
It is genuinely set up for failure in any regard except the one, and the only people that control it is the fucking rich people, and they're not going to change it.
They're not going to fucking change it.
They're not going to, because then they would probably start losing.
Yeah.
And they don't want that.
No, that's the whole point. How can a system that's designed to support the top 1.001% of society ever be good for the 99.999%? It can't be. It simply cannot be. That's not how it's ever going to work. So if you've made it this far in the podcast, fucking rise up against your oppressors. Fucking take back seize the means of production. Let's go.
Seize the means of productions. Do we have to preface with like, we are not responsible for anything that like rises up.
Yeah, don't
harm. Don't be shitty. Don't be shitty.
Don't be shitty. But if you're gonna like do something that's like a little, if you're gonna do something shitty, do it to like a rich person's property, not like to a person, and then you can say resting Twitch face said it, because we're saying, I'm saying don't hurt anybody, and I'm not saying anyone specific. Just if you have to do something bad to someone that can afford it, and then also throw our names out there so that we can capitalism.
Yeah.
But we'll be good. We'll be good with it. I so promise. We'll be such good capitalism. When you're here, you're not at Olive Garden, or you're not at Applebee's. Remember that shit? You are. When you're here, you are at Olive Garden, because this is Olive Garden's catchphrase. That's the shirt now. When you're here, of the shirt. You're not at Applebee's, cause you're at Olive Garden. That's where this shirt is from.
Sponsored by Big Breadsticks.
Big Breadsticks. Oh my god, I love this. They don't want you to know that it breadsticks have cholesterol in them.
No.
They're starting to market breadsticks to children. Can you imagine with all these cherry breadstick flavors? So, I would love to live in a world where Big Breadstick existed. Oh my god. I'd be very happy.
I do love a breadstick.
Oh my god, they're so good.
I burnt so many working there. I'll share a little bit. I burnt like a whole tray one time. Just forgot it. Yeah.
Fallen soldiers. Oh no.
They were like black logs of bad.
Oh no.
They were so charred.
You didn't like just burn them. You incinerated.
Yeah, no, I incinerated them. No, yeah. It was a whole
You
sheet.
put them in there, completely forgot about them.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Came back and saw that they were dead. One of my first ever roommate was my cousin. And multiple times he started making tater tots and then went to bed. And then we wake up to the fire alarm going off. And I was like, that's crazy. You have to stop doing this. And then one time I woke up in the morning. The fire alarm did not go off. But I still went into the kitchen. And the kitchen felt kind of warm. Sure enough, the oven had been on all night. And sitting on the oven tray were like probably 20 tiny little black pieces of coal from tater tots that had just been burning all 8 hours, all night long.
Dude, that's terrifying.
Yes. If I had fucking died because this motherfucker... Well, it's almost like a fool me once, shame on you. Like, if I'm living with someone that's almost burnt the apartment down for making tater tots once, shame on you. Stop doing it. Twice, stop doing it. 3 times, I need to get out of this apartment. I'm going to become the tater tot that I so harshly smell every morning. Like, I don't want to be that.
No. Burnt tater. You wake up to burnt tater tot in the AM. You're going to make your coffee.
God, it's the worst. That burnt, it's not even burnt coffee smell. It's that burnt tater tot smell.
It's that
really
burnt
brings
tater.
you, really wakes that burnt tater. Fucking Jeff Foxworthy fucking blue collar comedy tour. I'm burnt tater. What's that guy's name? His name is Tater Salad. Is that guy's name? There's one of the blue collar comedy tour guys. His name is Tater Salad. That's what his name was. 100%. His real name is. He's actually like maybe the funniest one. Ron White is Tater Salad.
Oh, okay. I didn't know he was called Tater Salad.
Yeah, he was for a bit, and then he was probably like, "This is fucking stupid. Why does fucking Bill Engvall and fucking Jeff Foxworthy get their real names, and I gotta be Tater Salad?" And there's fucking... And Larry the Cable Guy exists, and my name's the dumbest one. No, I'll be Ron White, thank you very much. Like... Yeah. Fucking Christ, those fucking people.
Wild. That's... God.
I don't know how we got to Blue Collar Comedy Tour.
No idea.
So quickly from Seize the Means of Production to Blue Collar Comedy Tour, it's petrifying. It's actually scary how fast we switched just entire, like...
Drop of a dime.
That was crazy.
Yeah.
You can tell it's getting to, like, toward the end of the podcast because of how rambly it's gotten. And by the way, I did almost say end of podcast times, which I would have had to have shot myself because that's yours alone. Sorry, everyone else that you've got to say it.
Can't. Oh my god, I can't.
But everyone, I can't get over it. I see it all the time popping up in Discord. I haven't streamed in a while because life, but fucking I see all the time. It's this times, everyone this time cozy times, everyone this time it's time times. I'm just like, oh my god.
I think
Let's expand our vernaculars.
I think I picked it up from Thades pretty hard because he does it a good bit too, and that makes a lot of sense of where I've picked it up from.
I promise you, you did it first.
Did I?
100,000%. I saw it happen on Discord. I was there from the beginning. It spread like wildfire.
Am I incorrect? Maybe I'm incorrect.
I mean, I can't say for sure. I don't know where the first, fucking anything ever happened. I don't know the time that the first time's timed, but I first saw it from you, and I saw it from you for a while before I saw anyone else do it. And then I saw everyone else saying times.
I hate that for them. So sorry.
It's the fucking shaking of the wine glass as he's. I hate that for them.
I think we talked about it, like maybe the last podcast we have, but I have actually like stepped back of being like, wait, no, why am I saying? I could just say an actual
sentence.
adjective. I could say, which is not. It's not bad to say. Like, I mean, whatever.
It's fine. Say whatever you want.
Fine. Yeah, but like I
Just take it to fucking kick.com, you freak. Just kidding. I'm sorry. I'm just kidding.
Kick.
It's kick times. Sorry.
We'll never end up at kick.com. I think we can wholeheartedly say we would make our jump to YouTube before
100%.
we jump to Kick. Like we just straight up would.
100%. It just makes way more sense with being able to like stream a little less, make a YouTube video a week more, and probably be way more successful and have a kind of an assurance of some form of longevity. Unlike Kick and unlike Twitch and unlike Facebook even, because fucking Meta is dog shit.
God, Facebook, every time I get the little thing of like, can we share your whatever with Facebook, your whatever contacts, whatever with Facebook? I'm like, no. Why? Why are you trying to put Facebook back into my life? I don't need it.
I got a new phone number so that my fucking racist ass relatives and shit wouldn't find me. I know they're still on Facebook because that's what they do.
It's because they'll die on Facebook.
They'll die on Facebook. They won't
go off of Facebook. They will
I hope they do.
Down with, rightfully so, yeah. They will burn down with the advertisement every other post, if not every post. They will burn down. You will see their burning down post in the sea of advertisement that has become Facebook.
Yep, and Instagram, which is Facebook, but
Instagram.
Instagram, the bane of my work existence.
I'm so sorry. I try so hard to not be on Instagram at all.
It's not like Instagram did a bad thing. They are a bad website now. It's just like not fun to be on that website.
It's falling into the same Facebook area of like person's post, add, person's post. Yeah.
Yep. I know that because we haven't been doing it much lately because we don't really want to, but we know we have to. But I'm supposed to be trying to be one of those ads that you fucking see on Instagram. It sucks. It's not fun. It doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel good to have content on that website.
But, yeah. It also makes... I'm also in the weird boat of I've seen so many people more in the, like, sex workers community all on Instagram.
Yeah?
And I'm like, oh, yeah. Instagram is, like... If you look at any TikTok bio... I'll go out on a limb and say this because it's been most of the occasion. If you look at a TikTok bio... and there's an Instagram in it, probably a sex worker. Probably.
Let me write that down real quick. Just always check
probably.
for Instagram links. Just for research. Just to see if Quinn is right. That's the only reason.
It's...
Video viewers can tell that I'm definitely really typing with my real thumbs.
With your real thumbs.
This is how
it's because Instagram...
Oh my God, what did I click on?
Instagram is the chillest. Instagram is the chillest with advertising, that kind of thing. Like, it's the most...
That makes sense.
I don't know
Take
exactly
their money
how
where
it
they
works
can get
because
it.
I'm never on it, but, like, it's the most... Like, TikTok will try to catch things more, like the bio and shit, and they'll look a little bit harder, but, like, Instagram is just a fucking free-for-all.
I believe it. I do believe it.
Yeah.
And, like,
Which is great.
it's fine. I have, no problem with it. No problem with it at all. There's, like, a weird relationship those websites have to have with, like, balancing that kind of content, which should, have a place to be. But then also, if it's also trying to be something else, it's going to lose advertisers, and how do you balance that out? I wish advertisers would just, like, not give so much of a shit, because in this day and age, if I see a Coca-Cola ad and then I see, like, boobs, I'm not going to assume that Coca-Cola paid for those boobs. Or if I see an ad for Coca-Cola and then I scroll down and I see someone giving a racist rant, I'm not going to assume that Coca-Cola supported that racist rant. I just understand how a fucking website works. But
it's so simple. It's just a simple logic.
I get why. And I'm sure they're just in their own heads about fucking advertisements. Like, well, subconsciously you'll begin to associate our brand with whatever. Whatever. Let your brand be associated with boobs. It's fine.
Things are also, like, things are there. Like, what do you just pretend they don't exist?
Yeah.
Like,
exactly.
It exists.
It's like, fuck, it's really there. And I know you all know how to get there on the internet. Like, it's difficult. So just, like, let it.
It's such the weirdest fight. It's just such a weird fight.
Just let people. Why don't they just make it so that you can have a little thing, your adult content or whatever, just has to be like, hey, 18 plus, whatever simple. Adult content. And then on each person's individual thing, hey, do I want to see this content? Yes or no?
That's it.
And
That's all
then
you gotta do.
Keep ads in the same locations everywhere you go. People have opted into that shit. Make them sign, maybe even make a pop-up that says, hey, if you see an ad on here, they're not necessarily giving money to this person or this person. They're showing you an ad here. They want you to give them money. That's all this is.
It's just an ad.
And now let's all move on and scroll through the naked bits of whatever type of bits you want to see. And then also recycled TikToks, because that's Instagram.
Oh my god, it's fucking can't. Did you know that TikTok, I literally found this out the other day, TikTok does have a feature where you can set your content to 18 plus, or every post.
I believe it.
I did not know that. You could set every post, it's under like the more options where you can like put it as like a playlist or whatever. They have a 18 thing that you can slide over for it only goes out to mature audience.
It's almost like they fucking thought about it for 12 seconds. And because if my dumb ass who knows, who literally said stinkies out my fart hole earlier today on this very podcast, if I can think of it, I mean, also get your stinkies out of your fart hole, but also, like, if I can think it,
we don't judge.
You motherfuckers that run this fucking website can fucking think of it, but they're too busy getting into fucking flimsy ass submarines getting driven by a fucking Mad Catz controller. Fuck them.
It's almost like TikTok is doing everything right, and then also the reason TikTok also has been getting so shit on and people tried to fight TikTok so hard is because TikTok is like doing literally it's the only platform that's like doing anything.
Yeah, it's almost like TikTok is doing exactly all the bad things TikTok is doing is it's all the exact same shit that everyone else is doing. That's collecting data and using that to advertise to people. But because they're doing it better than companies that were homegrown in the US of A, suddenly it's a big fucking deal because we don't actually care about the ideals of capitalism. We just want to make sure that the right capitalists are making the right amount of money and everyone else is under their fucking boot heels. Seize the means of production. Get on TikTok.
Seize the means of production. Get on TikTok. 18 plus that shit.
18 plus that shit. We're really radicalizing our audience here tonight.
We are.
I like it.
Yeah, this is what resting Twitch face is. This is what you come for.
This is literally the resting Twitch face. It's the whatever the face is of the guy that said seize the means of production. I don't even remember the name of the guy. Fucking, I don't know.
See, I'm gonna Google seize the means of production.
Seize the means of production was said by fucking Karl Marx. Who the fuck said it? I don't know. I don't want to say people say that they don't want people to be Marxist, but nobody fucking knows what that means, including myself. I don't fucking know.
I also don't know what it means. Yeah. I don't know what it means. Who said that? Who said
the means?
Oh, it's Karl Marx. It is Karl Marx.
Let's fucking go. Did you know that I'm fucking smart? These glasses are so real.
I told you. But for people, what does Karl Marx mean? We're gonna give a definition real quick. What does Karl Marx mean by the means of production? Wait, I want the seize the means of production.
Well, the means of production would be like literally the fucking whatever company. Back in that time, my understanding of it is that like it was a lot of more like industrial revolution, like all that stuff. A lot of the jobs were actually the producing of the physical goods. It wasn't a bunch of like, it was like a bunch of people that worked in warehouses and all that stuff, but they were all owned by the top, just as it is now, all the means of production of everything. who owns the ability to produce everything is owned by the top 1%. So if the common class can come together and seize the means of producing the goods and services, we can then use that to spring forth a more equitable welfare state where we're not all being bled dry to literally fucking throw our bodies into the means of production, and instead the means of production can be used to work for us, the people. That's as much Marxist stuff as I know. So that's the smartest I'm ever gonna sound.
I was gonna say, you sound so smart right now.
See how fucking real these glasses are?
Dude,
Can you see? Can you see?
They're big too. They're like that's how you do it. Like the bigger the frame, the larger the brain.
Oh yeah, for sure. I used to try to be like small frame because I was like ashamed of how fucking smart I am. No, I'm gonna get huge frames. Huge frames. There's gonna be one giant oval.
I was gonna say, wait, are you
fucking
gonna have
Sonic
oval
the
on top of
Hedgehog's
oval?
prescription glasses. Just one this somehow.
The whole. It's just one shield. You just
One
have
shield.
like a whole boop around you.
Ooh,
Yeah.
I like that.
And there's a piece in the middle that's like monocle S that you just attach on, and you don't even need the sides.
I love this. God, that would be... You would be so smart if you were wearing those things. You couldn't even lose your fucking... You wouldn't even have to say stinkies. I lost my glasses.
I wouldn't have to say stinkies anymore.
Bro,
You would
spot
never
me.
lose No, you'd be spotting these glasses. You see how big they are?
Oh, yeah.
I'm so glad. Wow. What a grand episode back.
This has been a very
wonderful.
good episode back.
Sounds
By
bad.
the way, this is completely nothing. I got new headphones.
Oh,
Because
wow.
my other ones broke. I keep looking. This whole time I've been going like this, kind of, to like look at them because I'm not used to seeing myself with these headphones yet because they're like bigger. Mm-hmm. But like, so I've just been like, do I like it? I don't know. It's probably just because I've been streaming for 2 years with the same pair of headphones, and now it's different. That's it. That's. I didn't have any other bit for that. I just like realized I was going like this. I didn't want people to think like he's just like checking himself out. The audio listeners couldn't tell, but also fuck you. So.
Do we have a like? What are we doing next? I don't honestly know what I'm doing next.
I don't
know.
I've had so much life shit come up recently that we're not getting into, but I have not streamed in a long time. That's changing. I don't know when. My plan is to not stream anymore, but so I will stream again, but I don't know when. I don't know
That's
when.
fair.
But I will be doing is at the very least joining for it at some point soon. A Sunday Among Us. Yeah, Sunday Among Us.
Sunday Among Us. Yeah, we're doing a little group. That's gonna be fun.
It's gonna be fun. I'm really, really excited.
We've been saying we want to do something like this forever, and time to just like pull off the band-aid and be like, you know what, we're gonna fucking
just
do it.
fucking do it. Like,
Tired of
stop.
not doing it.
I'm so tired of not doing it when we could just be like doing it.
Doing it. Yeah.
It's gonna
But-
happen.
I guess like maybe you should, now that the podcast is over, y'all should go out and do it. I don't know what it is. Don't do like bad, but like do it.
Remember that thing we talked about property and destroying it and people that can afford it, like just billionaires, like just to make a point and then say Rustin Richards told me to do it, but like they didn't really tell me to do it. They told me specifically not to hurt anybody because they're actually responsible and really cool, and you all should go listen to them, and that would be on the news. That would be pretty good.
If you wanted to set up, not use it, but if you wanted to set up a guillotine in somebody's yard, don't use it.
No.
But if you want to send a message, just tell them where that message started.
Yes, but instead of the blade of the guillotine, what you put there instead is one triangle of a giant quesadilla burger.
Yeah, that's
We're
more
back.
deadly than I.
We've
more
circled
deadly.
all the way around.
So glad. I think I am gonna go do anything besides a quesadilla burger.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
I'm
That's it.
literally
Do
going to do the same. I have no choice but to do the same thing. Because I'm not going to fucking Applebee's. So I'm going to do anything else.
anything else besides Applebee's.
Yes. So for you, dear viewer or listener, if you are not going to Applebee's, go to either Olive Garden or go to Seize the Means of Production. Those are the two
Or
things.
seize the means and then go to Olive Garden because you'll be hungry.
Season the meansest of breadsticks.
Of prostitution.
Wait.
I tried
Like
to mix
pasta?
pasta. Tried to mix pasta and production.
It sounded like you tried to mix prostitution and seduction, and I was like, it's already there.
Oh no shit! Pasta and production. Produce with your. I'm not gonna tell. You know what? I'm not gonna tell you what to do with your pasta. Do whatever you want with your pasta and your production, but you should seize the means of it and give us notoriety. Something. I don't know.
Capitalism.
Give us your view and money.
Exactly. Oh, stinkies! My glasses.